Hi everyone, Rich Pellegrino, Rich the Equalizer Pellegrino. HowWokeAmi.org is our website. The Global Woke Institute is our YouTube channel at Global Woke Institute, and social media pages as well. I hope all is well. Tonight, my brief vitamin for the day is America has no moral authority um, not to support Israel in genocide. I don't like it, but it's true. It's a fact. Let's just face it, friends. Unless this country has been born and bred and strives on violence. That is how we were founded. That's how we've continued, and that's what we peddle around the world is violence. We have it in our streets. We have violence, in domestic violence, at record numbers, and we peddle it around the world. I'm not going to get into all the details, but I'm happy to provide the references. Okay, so we need, as Dr. King said, a radical revolution of values that are peace oriented, that are oriented towards humans rather than property and profit. And that's another whole subject, which I'm happy to talk about anytime, building the beloved community. But let's look at the world right now. Okay, we're going to tell Israel to stop. They've been attacked on their own soil. They've done a lot of wrong and have earned violence in return, but they've been attacked on their own soil by Hamas, okay, killing innocent people on October 7th, okay, uh, and they are retaliating, definitely disproportionately, brutally, genocidally. They are retaliating, and they are stronger than Hamas, and they're stronger than any of the other uh, so-called Arab or Muslim military organizations there or in the region. So, but they're alone and surrounded. And I'm not in any way justifying Israel. Israel uh, is just a facet of the violent world that we live in that we've produced. You and I have produced it. We're part of it. We've been born and bred in it. Unless you live off the grid, completely divested of this system, and you don't make money off of this system, this is a militaristic, racist, terroristic system. And that's the only way America strives and thrives. Our economic well being is based on us oppressing other people here and abroad, all over the world. You and I are part of it. We built it, we've helped sustain it, and we get our sustenance from it unless we live off the grid or unless we move to a small country outside of the the empire, the American or European empire, like what Caribbean country where my wife and some of my kids were born. Um, and so, believe me, our family is looking for land off the grid and also a boat or a means to retreat to one of those islands if necessary to get out of this madness, this violent madness, if we have to. But we'd prefer to stay here right now and try to change it. Okay? So, back to Israel. So, Israel's surrounded, they've been attacked. Um, and they're retaliating. If their main ally, the U.S., who actually uses Israel as its military base in the Middle East to control oil and other things, so really we're using Israel and the Israeli people. They should be madder at the U.S., the people there, than they are at Hamas or the Muslim or Arab countries, because we use them. We put them in the middle of this, and we keep it that way, okay, for our strategic economic interests in the region. But anyway, here we come along, we're telling them to stop committing genocide after, for the last 15 years, we've committed genocide to a way greater proportion in the Middle East, in Iraq and Afghanistan, in Syria and so forth, hundreds of thousands of innocents we've murdered, okay, for our interests. And you and I, we all have the blood on our hands, okay? That's the reality. And so we're going to tell them, number one, you can't do it on your property, on your territory, in your territory, no matter how it was given to them. Okay, that's a reality. It's the state of Israel now. There's no two-state solution yet. Hopefully there will be, and that's one to work towards. Okay, now here's the other thing. So we withdraw our support. I told you before I dropped a hint in the last video, look up the Samson option. What that is, Israel's a nuclear power. We've armed them with nuclear weapons. They are a nuclear power in the Middle East. Okay? If they felt threatened and if U.S. pulled their support from conventional weapons and all of that, their right-wing fascist leadership might just say, okay, well, we'll use the nuclear option. Okay, it's been considered before. Look it up. You can look it in Wikipedia. Okay? So then you're talking about a nuclear holocaust, talk about genocide. You're talking about millions and millions of people, not only in the Middle East, but Europe, and the fallout will reach here too. Okay? So, everything is always relativity. Yeah, any killing, any murdering, any war, any violence is bad, but it's the lesser evil. And right now, that's all we can focus on is greater good and lesser evil. Okay? So let's get practical. If we're going to have peace and work towards peace, so the U.S. leadership might know this. I'm sure the military intelligence and so forth knows this and is scared of the nuclear option being a potentially exercised. So yeah, we have to overtly support Israel and also supply them with conventional weapons and behind the scenes try to get a ceasefire, try to bring about peace, and eventually bring about a two-state solution. By the way, I'm checking this out. This theory of mine, I've done some research, but I'm talking to people inside our government or people who've recently left it, the State Department, to see if my assessment is accurate at all. And so far, I've gotten some pretty good feedback that I'm hitting some good points on possibilities. So anyway, more in the next short videos. But always feel free to contact me for more information directly. Good night and ciao.